In this lesson, we are going to create a gable roof using a simple roof profile that we are going to create from scratch. So here is what we want our roof to look like in the end, and I'm going to show you how we will do that in a very easy way. So let's go ahead over here and let's create a roof profile that we will use. So I'm going to start first by going to my roof layer, and let's start drawing a profile for our roof. So I'm going to go over 12 inches and let's make it a 612 pitch. So I'm going to go up 6 inches, and then we're just going to connect those, and let's go ahead and make this into a group. So I just double clicked, right click, make group, and let's open that group up, and I'm going to offset this 6 inches. And let's go ahead and make this about 1 foot 6 inch overhang, kind of a longer overhang on this. And go ahead and cut that off there. And then now I'm just going to extend my roof, and this is going to be like my roof rafter. So I'm going to extend this down to where it hits that. And let's clean this up a little bit now. And okay, so let me draw this line all the way through, and I could just delete some of these lines here. And let's go ahead and give it a little bit of a freeze board here, and let's go 3.5 inches. Let's come out an inch here, and we'll just close that there. Let's trim this piece, and now I want to extend this out quite a bit. And actually, since I'm going to use this for more than just one part of the roof, it's going to go a little bit further with it. Okay, let's delete that. And now I'm going to go ahead and slide this up to this. This is going to be part of the gable end of the roof. So I'm going to slide this over. And as you can see, I just grabbed this point here. Make sure you grab that intersecting point. It's very important that we keep it on the same grip point, or we just grab our object in the same spot. And one more thing I want to add to this, I want this trim piece to extend all the way through. So I'm going to click here and drag this down, and let's make a surface out of that. Just there we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and close this off. We'll make them separate for now. Okay, so there we go. This will be our profile that we will use to create all of our roofs. So now what I want to do is go ahead and copy this over, and I'm going to grab that point here. Make sure I grab the same spot here. I want to grab that corner and click there, and now I'm going to rotate this, so it's rotating on this point here and 180 degrees, and there you can see they're intersecting there. And before I go too far, I'm going to make a copy of this profile, and I hit rotate, and then I toggled control to make a copy, and let's rotate that 90 degrees. And actually, I'm doing this wrong, so I'm glad I kind of caught that. Let's grab it here. Let's grab this roof, and let's grab it at this point, and let's drag it. And make sure we grab it here. And now let's rotate. We're going to rotate 90 degrees. And we're going to do one more. I'm going to grab it over here, and I'm going to place it here, and we're going to rotate 90 degrees. I'm sorry, 180 degrees. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of cleaning up. So I'm going to grab these two roofs and make a group out of those two, and let's open that group. And now I want this to be combined, so I'm going to explode those two groups within there. And now let's do a little bit of cleaning up using our eraser tool. And let's go ahead and just delete these lines. Oh, deleted a little bit too much. And there we go. So there's our roof profile that we can use. And I'm going to use the push-pull tool to drag this out or back here. And let's go ahead and drag over here. And I'm going to have to do a little bit more work to that in a second, but before I do that, I'm going to work on this one as well. So I'm going to click on both of these, make a group out of both of them, and now I'm going to open that group. And before I explode them, let's go ahead and just drag them across. And I'm going to drag it till it hits this surface here, and drag this piece as well. And let's go ahead and drag it on this side. And now let's drag this other one as well. And just drag it all the way. And now let's combine these. Well, actually, we were already combined, so I'm going to explode them. And what I want to do is hit intersecting faces so that it breaks all the connecting parts. And now let's use the push-pull tool. And let's just clean it up. And I probably could use erase as well. And I still will have to use erase though. So just cleaning it up. Okay, let's clean up the other side. And there we see we're actually a little bit off, so let me fix that. Actually, I could probably clean this up first. Went a little too far there. Okay. All right, there we have it. And since this is going to be the exact same as this roof, I'm going to go ahead and make this into a component. So make component. So whatever I do on this one is going to be copied over to this other one here. And let's go ahead and fill in these gable wall ends. So I'm going to go back to my 0 layer. And let's go ahead and draw a line here. There, and let's go ahead and do this one here, and let's do this one over here. And I missed something there. Let's try this one more time. Yep, it's a little off. Well, it's not liking something there. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Just make sure we're grabbing that where we need to. And there we go. And let's just clean it up. Don't want to go that far yet. Okay. All right, so now let's drag this over. And we want this, I'm just going to drag it until it intersects with that. And I don't want this to come so far beyond my eave over here. So what I'm going to do, or my gable end, so I'm going to hide this, and I want to break this. So let's just draw a line about there. And we could do some more cleaning up later, but right now I'm just concerned about creating the exterior look of my roof. So let's start from here. Let's see. Let's start from here and let's just go back 2 feet. And let's go ahead and extend that trim as well. And we will do the same on this side. I'm going to hide this and just create a little break here. And going to push this. And we're going to go to that point again, and then we're going to come back 2 feet and just make sure that lines up there. Okay, and then let's go ahead and double click this part of the roof, and let's come out 2 inches, and let's pop this trim out 1 inch. And let's do the same on the other side. We'll go out 2 inches, and let's come out 1 inch. And let's do the same here. So just a real tight gable end. And let's reverse these faces. Okay, and since we created that into a component, it automatically did the same thing on that one as well. So there we have it. There we've created a gable end roof style. And a couple of things we could do still to clean this up is I'm going to go ahead and select all these roofs and make them into a group. And let's open that up. And now I'm going to explode all of them. And let's hit intersecting faces. And there it kind of created those divisions there. So let's say if we wanted to get create a construction document out of this, we can see all the valley lines there. And let's go ahead and let me zoom in here. Since we broke that up, I can now clean these up without it messing up other parts of my roof. So let me just open this group up first, and let me select the eraser tool. So now I could kind of clean that up, and it's not erasing anything here because I selected intersecting faces. Okay, let's just doing just a little bit of making our model just a little bit cleaner. And here's another area. It looks a little messy. And probably wouldn't have that piece there. Okay. And we'll clean up that other end as well. And remember, every roof that you do is probably going to have just a slightly different style. So you just may have to adjust it as necessary and clean it up as necessary. But this is a quick and easy way of creating some different roof styles. And this is, again, this is using no plugins. Now I'm going to show you how we can create some roofs using some plugins, and you'll be able to see just how easy and how useful some of these plugins are, just how they're really some nice ones. One more thing before we move on is adding the roof material. And let me see, I was actually not completely in my roof layer, so I'm going to select my roof layer, and if I need to move stuff to a layer, and I go over this in some other lessons, right now you can see here this group is in layer 0. Well, I can switch that to roof, and I'm going to select everything in here and put it on my roof layer. So there I just moved everything to roof layer. So if I went here and shut it off, there my roof disappeared. But now I notice that this is on the wrong layer as well. So let's move that to 0 layer, which probably should have called it wall layer or something, but right now we're just going over how to draw a roof. So there we have it. And let's add some materials. So I'm going to use my paint bucket tool, and here you see I've already created a roof metal standing seam. I just used the standard one and adjusted the color, and then I will just open the group and select the faces, the surfaces that I want to apply that material to. Now this is just the standard material for SketchUp. So this is showing a metal roof. Now obviously you want to show your models as realistic as possible. So when you do a metal roof, it's going to have these ridges that bump up. And I'll show you the hard way of doing it, and then you'll probably appreciate the easy way of doing it later. So I'm just going to draw a line going along the surface of my roof, and let's come back down this way. And let's say if I wanted to draw a little metal roof ridge, let's say it's 1.5 inches by maybe 3/4 of an inch. And let's go ahead and close that. So now I would do, let's see, we'll use the follow me tool. And I'm just going to hit tools, follow me. You just click there, and there we go. Now we've created a little roof ridge. So what I can do here is I can copy this over. Let's say in reality a metal roof would probably be anywhere from actually, let me make it a group first. So I'm going to triple click everything in there, and let's right click, make group, and I can probably do make component just in case I need to edit that. And now I can copy this, let's say 2 feet apart, and actually let's go 12 inches apart. That, whoops. Yeah, it seems more accurate with the material. And let's hit multiply times 14. Let's try 18, and so on. You can see that you can create a whole roof out of this, but it would take quite a bit of time. And then you'd also want a ridge cap to be here. So there's a lot of little pieces that comes in a metal roof to make it look realistic. So if you were modeling this on your own, just purely using your SketchUp tools, you can do it, but again, it's going to take you quite a while. So that's where the beauty of using a really great plugin is, and that's what we will go over in the next lesson, is how to use some of these plugins that will help us design roofs really effectively. So let's move on to the next lesson.